times.
Hey there, comrades. How you doing? It's me, Nomad, coming back to you as promised. Maybe a few hours delayed. Yeah, no, at least a day late. And a failed project. Okay, not completely failed, but please, comrades, I need your help. I'm calling all my fellow electricians, technicians, homebrew repairers, whatever we want to call ourselves. I need your help, and here's why. I've been working on this for more time than I care to admit, and I'm not mad about that. This has actually been a very enjoyable process, with the exception I can't get it to work. I have actually been enjoying this, and that's why I want help, because I want to get this right. And I want to know as much as I can about how this works, because I've been having a good time. So here's the issue. It won't ring. I can get it to ring, but if I set it up and arrange everything so it'll ring, that's all it'll do. And it actually won't stop. You ring her on or off the hook, it just rings. Once you hit like the test ring button or someone tries to call, it just rings. So that's not right. But I'm hoping you can hear that. But that's a dial tone. I don't know where you come from, but where I come from, that's a dial tone. So if we do 4, 1, 1. What? 411. What?
For business or government listing, please press 1 or stay on the line. Please press 2.
All right. Why did I just... I'm talking to the camera and I picked the phone back up to my mouth. All right. I don't want to keep calling that number because eventually it will connect you to a real person, and I don't want to spam them with phone calls. But it works. And I've had a friend call me. Even though this won't ring, my phone will still ring. And I've actually tested this on other phones. I'm going to do videos on. And I know these are working, but they need deep cleans. And I just think they look really cool. This is a wall mount one. It was only $10. I couldn't resist. But this is more modern. It already has a regular telephone jack. I just plug this into the Bluetooth adapter and it works. So, I mean, that's not really the fun of the video. The fun of the video for that would be cleaning it, getting the loose bit out of there, whatever. So this is the adapter I got. And it works. It's simple. And normally if you just tap that, it will ring. And that's what it does with that other phone. Works perfectly fine. So I got this all unhooked now. Power cord and your phone line. That's the only thing that goes in that. Wired this up. I'm thinking there's a chance that this wire's just kind of crap. It has a 4-pin. Let's see, can we get that to focus? There you go. It has a 4-pin layout. The colors don't match any diagram I see, so I kind of just got to figure out on my own. I'm kind of going blind what I think the pinout is. So that's been a headache. That's been a bit of a hassle. I got to be a little bit careful because the actual rotary dial isn't screwed in to place because I wanted to save a little time in the video. So I'm going to show you what I have going on the inside, and I'm going to try and also post up a picture of the diagram I found that matches my model of phone, the Bell Atlantic 500L/M range of these. And the diagram is perfect. It covers every little detail, every little tiny bit, every little bit and bob. So I actually have this set up a little bit different than the Bell 500L and M is supposed to be. My big issue, I think, is that I'm struggling to figure out how the 4-pin layout converts to going inside of here. There is another model I found because I have on the inside, you have these details. You see that there. So with those details, the Net 425E, I looked up the diagram for that. And it only kind of had half the diagram. It didn't have any of the information for any of this. And in the phone I have, in the diagram I'm using, all of the ringers, all the wires for the ringers, almost all of them, come here. And then 2 from the outlet go into here. And it's supposed to work. So that's the biggest difference you see in this layout. This is otherwise set up the way the 500 L and M should be, but I believe these 2 spaces should be switched down to here, into space 3 and 4. I think red goes into 3 and black goes into 4. And it's supposed to work. Again, I was able to make it make phone calls like that. This de facto setup of blue, my blue I think should be green. I could be wrong. But if I have one of my phone line wires plugged into F and the other one into L1, L2, sorry, I get signal. And it's only certain ones. I think I could flip this red and this blue. I think I could flip them and they still work. I don't know what that means. I don't feel like I should be able to do that, but it would still work for being able to make phone calls and receive phone calls. The other 2 wires seem to be essentially useless. So I thought maybe if I plugged them into the 2 bell wires, that would power the bell. That doesn't seem to be the case. I think both of these are power lines, and only one of them should be used for the signal. Because there should be 2 for ringer and 2 for signals or lines. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. It's not the most technical piece of tech. I know that. But you got to also remember, I'm a hobbyist. I'm an amateur at best. I like to tinker and have fun with this stuff. And back before I was born, back before most of us were born, this was high end. It's someone who's completely fluent in reading off every single detail of a PCB board now would look at this and laugh and like, huh, I did that in grade school for science fair. And, those people are built differently. I did do a ham radio and it barely worked, but I did do it. But, yeah. I almost want to say this is where my skill sets are really at. But clearly not, because I'm failing. I'm thinking it could be that the wires I'm using just aren't carrying the proper kind of current. I don't know. Like I said, I've managed to get the bells to ring, so I know they work. I was worried they didn't work. So I'm really at a loss. I'm going to zoom you all in on this. So anyone who does know anything about this or wants to try and figure it out, you can get a really good look at this stuff in a second. And I'm going to post up the diagram I've been working off of. And yeah, if you guys got any tips, any input, anything at all, please let me know. I'm going to zoom you all in. Just try and give you a quick little detail, little walkthrough. So this is the dial connectors, 2 white wires, green and a blue. The switcher is this middle box in here, and this has the majority of all your actual fiddly bits, your yellow, red, brown and red, white, green, and black. So yeah, that's your switcher. Then you have your ringer, which has your dark gray, your red. It has your gray and red, and your black. And this is your actual network. So, if I can get you a decent shot, the network is probably the most important part. The ringer, I actually desoldered the wires and resoldered them, reflowed them. The joints looked like they were cold. They were making a connection though. I checked their continuity. They were fine. But I figured it was just worth redoing. Yeah, that's what we're working with. It's the diagram again on the side. This all corresponds with everything on top. I love how they did this. But yeah, everything on the top perfectly like lines up and matches up with all these letterings. It's pretty easy to work with, and I got the phone set up to the point where every single thing matched the diagram I was working on, and it works as well as you see it now. It would not ring. So that's where we're at. Thanks for joining me, comrades. Hopefully with some help from all of y'all, I'll get this thing up and running. You all will be seeing me again soon with a fully working, really, really old phone. Let's get this going, guys. You know I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a good night.